So if you forgot who I was, I'm Dennis. My Twitter handle is just Dennis backwards, and we do conversational analytics. So I promised you a deeper dive into the new features we're launching today. Um, First is the new and improved dashboard. Yay! It's launched today for all accounts, and I'm really excited about it. So, at a very, very high level, you'll in one view be able to see kind of a message count, user activity, live traffic to your bot or skill, retention, intents, and it's all contained within one view. These are I guess I had the question, what are the most popular reports? These are some of the most popular reports that we actually see. So here is our dashboard. I'll dig into Game Monk. We're doing it live. This is our Slack bot that we built. Digging in, you can see here a live message count over the past 120 minutes. Looks like messages are peaking around lunch. And then here are some recent transcripts that have been happening with the bot. Our retention, and then if any one of these transcripts were interesting or you wanted to dig in, you could click on it and dump yourself right into the conversation to see what was happening. And then, of course, we have our incoming and outgoing messages, the top messages here. Many of these reports are, of course, contained within the expansive left-hand navigation that we have, but we were finding that a lot of our support requests were asking about reports that we already had, so we built this new dashboard to help surface some of the more popular reports. So I hope you guys like it. Digging back into the other features, messages. We're also today we've launched audio transcript sessions. I don't have a good demo of this, but the overall idea here is that when your skill sends an audio file to a user, we are now calculating and extending the length of that session based on the audio file length and any stop or pause signals that you send as part of the message afterwards, after you send the audio file. So we can, for example, extend a session by 9 minutes if you send your user a 15-minute long audio file and they say stop 9 minutes into playing. And this is also launched today and available for all accounts. On the free level, free, pro, and enterprise, I'll get it. We're also very excited to launch retention percentile. And I will dig into this report. One of the most common questions that we got over the past 2 years is, how am I doing? Like, great, I did this many users. How am I doing relative to everybody else? So we actually launched last year our first benchmarking product, since we do cover over 10,000 bots and skills in the ecosystem, and this was actually Dashbot market metrics. The product we launched last year was telling you a benchmarking report based on message and user percentile, which is based on the quantity of users and messages your bot or skill received over the past month. How do you compare it to the rest of the bots in your platform? So today we're launching retention percentile, which is giving you day one, week one, and month one retention benchmarked across, giving your percentile across the retention by platform as well. And I'll give a quick dive into GameMonk's retention. I am proud to say that GameMonk is one of the most popular, and now we're seeing well-retained bots within the Slack ecosystem. So these radar plots, we are trying to find a great way to show you how your day one, week one, and month one retention all compare. So in one graph here, you're able to see for December, this blue line is representing our new user retention. Our new user retention for GameMonk, which is 17.8% week one retention. In the ecosystem for Slack, we find this to be right directly in the 50th percentile. As you can see here, in February, it looks like we actually improved our new user retention to 20%, but looks like everyone else did too. We actually fell to the 46th percentile in February. So you can see how this, even though my week one user retention for GameMonk improved, and I was very happy about that, the other bots in the ecosystem improved better than I did. So we can do better. But we're busy building analytics and not this game bot. So we're OK with that. This chart at the bottom is basically showing specifically your average weekly, day one, week one, and month one retention as well. So this is our very exciting retention percentile product that we're launching today. It's It's launched today, and it's available for all Dashbot Pro subscribers today. It's ready to go. We've calculated it all for you. And finally, last but not least, we're very excited to launch Audience Builder. This is a product to help you understand your users better. We're launched today for all Dashbot Enterprise customers. I see a few in the room. Thank you. And how this actually works is for intents, sessions, messages, and activity date. These are some of the edges that you can search against, locale, demographics. Any type of metadata you send us to put into the user objects, we can actually search and essentially show you in real, I guess, interactively how this looks, what users match your search criteria. So this is our sample movie bot. I'll do a quick demo about how this works. Hopefully you can see. So we have 1,636 users that have spoken to our sample movie bot. If I want to, for example, take a look at how many people have actually sent my movie bot the love intent, this will immediately then be reflected down here with 1,000. So actually, it looks like 73% of our demo users have actually sent the love intent. I can then apply an additional criteria. Let's see how many have actually done an outgoing intent of tickets purchased. So you can see here, now we have 64%, and this is all happening interactively. So you can imagine, as a user of this tool, you can have all these questions and constantly ask and get interactive questions answered immediately from this tool. I can see, cool, like 64% of people have sent love and bought a ticket. And how many of those were female? Let's click on female. 325. So you can imagine this is super interesting. All of the other charts that we've been asking, generating on Dashbot are all intended to give you better insight into what's happening with your bot. And this one is focused around the users themselves. Some of the main use cases we actually have been working with our customers to understand from this user segmentation tool. One great use case is Facebook lookalike campaigns. So from this tool, you can generate a list of Facebook page scoped IDs and then put that right back into Facebook, and they will target your campaign based on those IDs. You can also use this to figure out which of your population and users you want to send broadcast messages to. So you can do that actually through Dashbot itself. But I'm sure you guys will be able to dream up other uses for this audience segmentation tool. So that's just a very brief deep dive into the new features that we're very excited about. We do conversational analytics. And because my final message is conversation without listening is just talking. So, and I guess we have some time for questions. If anyone has any questions, I'm happy to answer them. Or not. Oh, there's one.
Hi. Do you have any plans for, as Dashbot, plans for narrowing domain of what kinds of benchmarks for engagement, right? Because I'd imagine that, we all know.
Yes.
Different kinds of bots, different data.
Yep, that's a great question. So the question was, do we have any plans to narrow domain in terms of our benchmarking products? The answer is yes. Right now, our 10,000 bots and skills span, Facebook, Amazon, Google, SMS bots, Kik, Twitter. The first domain we're narrowing that on is based on platform. So as part of signing up for Dashbot, you can tell us what industry you're in, for example. So as we get more bots and skills into the system, we will have enough bots and skills to be able to offer industry-specific benchmarking as well. So basically, when we have enough data to give a reasonably statistically important answer to benchmarking, then we'll roll out those segments as well.
Yeah, so the thing that you just showed about how many people sent love to your chatbot thing, so that's exactly what I was asking before the lunch break. So this movie bot that you have, how did you tag this? Do you have a machine learning model that does it automatically for you, or did you tag it manually, or how was it like?
So the movie bot that we wrote, we actually do, as the customer, right, we would actually send that love intent to Dashbot. So if you remember from before, when we were expanded the love intent, we had the 5 messages that mapped to that love intent. That comes as part of the message payload that you would send to us,
okay.
right?
Yeah.
And we'll report that back to you. So we're not attempting to do any magical intent resolution yet. Not yet.
Cool. Thanks.
Cool. Oh, one more.
Hello, my name is Vicky
Last question.
Wu. I'm a data analyst, so I'm just curious, have you ever thought about adding a function to be able to categorize the user personalities of who uses the chatbots?
Like what? Like
Like-
personality metadata or
Like
sentiment?
a little
Yeah,
like
so-
sentimental analysis, but
Yeah.
more on like the whole general personality of like specific users that use NBA chatbots, something like that.
I guess not specifically, but we do sentiment analysis, which is on the words. We have done some experiments in terms of clustering users by the words they send. So that was one experiment we did, which is, the algorithm essentially said, here are some buckets of users that seem to be similar. We don't know what they are, but they're clustering based on the content of their messages. But that's actually a great suggestion as well. And we'd love to chat with you after about it.
Thank you.
Cool. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, Dennis.